people, this is Shraddha Ghak. Thank you very much for watching this video. I know I have been MIA for a really long time, but in my defense, we had our first internal assessments at GMC Nandurbar. So that was that, but I'm here with another video, and this video is majorly for my juniors who will be writing their university exams in the month of August, and they'll be writing their prelims, I guess, in June ending or July. So this is just a general discussion about how you're supposed to write the university ka paper and some tips on presentations here and there. So let's get started. So first segment will be about a generalized discussion ki how are you supposed to just go about the university paper, and uske baad mein we'll discuss about the three subjects afterwards. Okay, so first let's talk about the time management. You will be having 180 minutes, that is 3 hours, for an 100 mark paper. So what most of the students do is that they allocate time based on the pages that they are supposed to fill. Okay, so for an SAQ you are required to fill about 3 or 4 pages. तो उसके हिसाब से time management करते हैं. पर it is a really smart way to allocate your time based on the marks that you are supposed to, you will be getting out of that question. Okay, so 180 marks and you have 180 minutes and you will be having 100 marks. So strive hard and complete your MCQs, that will be of 20 marks, in the first 20 minutes. So you will be easily getting one MCQ के लिए 1 minute. That is more than sufficient. Okay. So that leaves us with a 80 marks का return paper with a total of 160 minutes. Okay, when we do the maths, you know that we get 1 mark के लिए 2 minutes, and that is an ample amount of time. So when you do the math, we get SAQ के लिए 15 minutes and LAQ के लिए we get 20 to 25 minutes. Now in a 15 minute ka mark and 25 minute ka mark, you are supposed to do everything in that 15-20 minutes. Okay, that time includes recalling the headings, subheadings, everything. The time which we need to rest our hands after really like sport of writing, that is included in the 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, if you stick to this time slot from your prelims ka exam itself, university ka paper will be a very smooth process for you. Okay, that was that. The second point is about revisions. So revisions ka kaise hota hai na, prelims tak you're supposed to complete major chunk of your portion. Okay, and so that you can go into the prelims ka exam with a university ke exams ka mindset. You know what I mean? So that you are a little bit more chilled in the in the PL that you will be getting. If you are not thorough with all your syllabus, what to do is divide your PL into three equal parts. The first part will be for your syllabus completion, second part will be your first revision, and the third part will be your second revision. Okay, and please do at least 2 revisions before your university exams, so that आपका जो 15-20 minutes का time हमने allocate किया है, उसमें you can recall all the headings, subheadings and the content that you will be filling the paper with. Okay, that was about the revisions. The third thing is the choice of questions. Now everybody knows that you are getting 2 types of questions in your university ka paper. You will be getting a clinical based question as well as the written जो lengthy questions होते हैं वो. So according to me, you should always choose the clinical question over the written question, because clinical questions में कैसे होता है ना, they are 7 to 8 one liner or one word answer questions, and you will be easily awarded the corresponding number of marks. Okay, as opposed to the written question wherein you will have to fill 4 or 3 pages same content ka, and you will be getting max to max 4 or 3 marks out of the possible 7. In the clinical questions, you also have a chance to complete, you have a chance to score a 7 on 7 ka perfect score. Okay, so you will be awarded more marks with less writing. Okay, less filling of the papers will be required. आपका time बचेगा और you can easily use this time to write a lengthy question or a question जिसके बारे में आप थोड़े से dicey हो. Okay, clinical question should always be preferred over the return question. One thing that I would like to talk to you about is the choice of question that you will be attempting first. Many students are tempted to go and solve the LAQs first because LAQs कैसे होता है ना, they are repeated topics. जो एक set of questions होते हैं, they are repeated each and every year for the LAQs. तो students are very well versed with the questions and इसलिए they try and complete the LAQs first. पर कैसे होता है ना, you can fill up pages about a thing that you know very deeply about. Okay, you can go on writing and fill up pages and pages and pages about the question that you know about. So here your time management comes to work. You will lose the track of time कि कहाँ 20, 25, 30 minutes हो गए, and you will be having the whole of the question paper to solve as well. So just a little advice, go and solve the SAQs first, which are the major chunk of your marks, and just solve the SAQs first. उसके बाद में you will be left with ample amount of time to solve the LAQs, provided you choose the clinical questions also, and you have revised thoroughly for the university का paper. Okay. अगर आपको एक बुक दिया पढ़ने के लिए, will you be more interested to read a book which has pictures in it, or will you be more interested in a monotonous book which has no pictures, it's just black and white? I am pretty sure you will be more interested in to read the book that has colorful pictures in it too, right? And that is the same case with our examiners as well. Nobody has the time, and nobody has the time to read your black and white answer sheet which you have filled with the content. I am not telling you that the content would be subpar in any case, but it's just mindset, you know, people. आपका भी कैसे mindset होगा कि अगर आपको कोई एक कलरफुल बुक दे दी, you will read it in full enthusiasm as opposed to a book जो जिसमें कोई भी पिक्चर्स नहीं है, it's just black and white. तो वही होगा anatomy and physiology में. When you will solve your anatomy paper, make sure to fill it with diagrams. Make sure to fill it with appropriately colored diagrams, and what you can do, what we did was, जब आपको पेपर मिलेगा, you will just divide the paper into 2 equal parts. यहाँ पे you will write the theory and draw the corresponding diagrams उसके बाजू बाजू में. तो when your pages are also getting filled, and also when the examiner checks a paper, he will understand that you have also drawn the diagram, and correspondingly the theory is also side by side. So if he wants to check the theory and if he wants to check the diagram, it's just side by side वहाँ पे. तो जितना भी हो सके ना, make the examiners work less. जितना भी आप examiners को if you piss the examiners off, it is going to reflect in your mark sheet. I'm sorry, but this is the reality of the exam correction thing what we have here in our seat. Okay, तो anatomy में that was that. Make sure, हाँ, और also embryology में when you are asked about a development या कुछ भी, प्लीज मेक श्योर कि आप फ्लो चार्ट में बनाओ. एम्ब्रियोलॉजी में कैसे एक के बाद एक डेवलपमेंट होता है, तो rather than writing it, draw diagrams. When you if you have gotten a question on trophoblast and inner cell mass का development, तो make 2 columns. Draw trophoblast का side by side, and उसके बाद में draw the development of inner cell mass side by side. तो जितना आप diagrams के यहाँ पे focus करोगे, you will be left with less writing, and your pages will also be filled. So that would make your answer paper a little bit more gripping. Next part is about revising anatomy and also how you're supposed to complete your syllabus first. You are having 3 subdivisions in anatomy: gross, histo and embryo. Histo और embryo की बात बाद में करते हैं, पहले gross देखते हैं. Gross में you will be striving hard, and then you will complete about 90% of the syllabus. 90% of the syllabus में से you will only be getting 7 questions or max to max 8 questions out of the possible 10 questions that you will be writing. इतना ज़्यादा gross पढ़ के you will get just 8 questions. Okay, let's come to histo and embryo. Histo and embryo, the magnitude of the syllabus is just 10% of the gross, और 10% of the gross combined, हाँ, histo और embryo. Now histo और embryo में से कैसे होगा, उतने कम सिलेबस में से यू विल शॉर्ट बी गेटिंग 3 और 4 क्वेश्चंस, ऊपर से एमसीक्यूज भी है। तो तो कैसे हो जाता है, इतना ज्यादा सिलेबस पढ़ के यू आर गेटिंग दिस मच एंड इतना सा सिलेबस पढ़ के ऑल्सो यू आर गेटिंग दिस मच। तो इट वुड बी वाइज टू कंप्लीट हिस्टो एंड एम्ब्रियो फर्स्ट। यू जस्ट ग्रैब दोज मार्क्स जो हिस्टो और एम्ब्रियो के क्वेश्चंस आपको शॉर्ट देने वाले हैं। उसके बाद में उसके बाद में यू गो एंड कंप्लीट योर ग्रॉस का सिलेबस। उसके बाद में टेक द होल्ड ऑफ दैट remaining 8 questions that you will be getting after completing the humongous gross syllabus. Are you getting? ये ऐसा आपको करना है। पहले हिस्टो और एम्ब्रियो का सिलेबस आप पूरा कंप्लीट कर दो, उसके बाद में यू गो आफ्टर ग्रॉस कि आपको ग्रॉस का सिलेबस कंप्लीट करना है, ठीक है। फिर उसके बाद में रिवाइजिंग एनाटॉमी। व्हेन यू रिवाइज एनाटॉमी फर्स्ट वील गो फॉर हिस्टो। ओके, हिस्टो में कैसे होता है, लोग रिवाइज या पढ़ने भी कैसे जाते हैं, फर्स्ट दे रेक्टिफाई द थियोरी, उसके बाद में डायग्राम देखते हैं कि हाँ डायग्राम में ऐसा ऐसा है। पर द स्मार्ट अप्रोच टू दिस एंड ऑल्सो एम्ब्रियो इज, पहले डायग्राम देख लो। डायग्राम में आपको जो स्ट्रक्चर्स दिखेंगे दैट इज व्हाट यू आर सपोज टू इलैबोरेट। ओके, तो व्हेन यू सी द डायग्राम फर्स्ट, व्हेन यू जस्ट सोक द डायग्राम अप लाइक अ स्पंज, तो आपको पता चलेगा कि ओके दीज आर द स्ट्रक्चर्स, दीज स्ट्रक्चर्स यू आर सपोज टू इलैबोरेट इन द थियोरी का डायग्राम। उसमें से आपको पढ़ने को टाइम भी कम लगेगा। व्हेन यू आर जस्ट लुकिंग एट अ पिक्चर, आप just 5 minutes में you are done seeing the picture, but when you read the theory like 3 or 4 or 5 times, only then it just goes into your brain. तो आप स्मार्ट तरीके से पहले just look at the diagram, soak up the diagram, उसके बाद में read the theory, और theory भी आप 2 गो में आपको सब retain हो जाएगा। Okay, that also applies for embryo. Now for gross, when you are completed with your syllabus for your first and second revision, you are supposed to read the theory as well as the diagrams. When you are on to your second or third revisions, there is no point in reading the theory because you know about the theory. तो डायग्राम्स में कैसे ना, व्हेन यू विल बी रीडिंग फॉर द सेकेंड और थर्ड टाइम, ओनली ड्रॉ डायग्राम्स और ओनली जस्ट ग्लांस थ्रू द डायग्राम्स बिकॉज द सेकेंड रिविजन वुड बी जस्ट अ वीक बिफोर योर एग्जाम्स। तो देयर थियोरी पढ़ के डायग्राम्स करने का आपके पास बिल्कुल भी टाइम नहीं रहेगा। तो ओनली जस्ट ड्रॉ डायग्राम्स, जस्ट ड्रॉ द डायग्राम्स। आप डायग्राम्स के ऊपर से थियोरी लिख सकते हो एकदम without any difficulty. But when you just do the theory and you have no sense of the diagram, आप theory के ऊपर से diagram बहुत कम accurate बना सकते हो if you are getting what I am saying. तो that will be that. Please do the diagrams first. उसके बाद में you can easily produce the theory on that subject. If you just do the theory and you have no sense about the diagram, आप कुछ भी diagram बना नहीं सकते। Next is about the MCQs anatomy के। तो anatomy के MCQs में it is a very it does not have ज़्यादा scope, मतलब it does have a lot of scope for the MCQs anatomy के, but anatomy के MCQs are majorly based on कि if a structure is named, if a structure has some branches of ECA, ICA, paired, unpaired sinuses, unpaired branches of the unpaired branches of the abdominal aorta, or the diaphragmatic openings to be if I remember some ये जो name structures होते हैं, या every chapter of BDC and Vishram Singh, they have a little table after each and every chapter. Make sure you read that because MCQs वही से आते हैं। वहाँ पे ना कैसे named structure या जो important structures होते हैं उसका summary दिया हुआ होता है। तो MCQs में ऐसे ही कुछ उठाते हैं वो लोग ना, state the Charcot artery, what is the Charcot artery, या Castle-Bax plexus क्या होता है, ये the arteries forming the littles area, ये सब। तो ये सब that is easily summarized after each and every chapter. So make sure you read that to make your MCQs stronger. Anatomy also, you are supposed to write your answers in headings as well as subheadings. I will make sure and pop up some images on screen wherein you can see different headings and subheadings of the various questions. So that was that. Next subject is physio. Physio में you are supposed to draw a lot of diagrams, but lead pencil this time, flow charts and tables, okay? And also make sure you write physio का answers in headings and subheadings. Please do me a favor. Just go ahead and draw a web-like diagram of each of your subheading and heading and just paste it on your notes. because it will be humanly impossible just a day before your exams to go through all your notes again and again. You are supposed to just glance through those web diagrams ke post-its on your notes so that you recollect the important headings and subheadings and also some clinical features on the day of your exam. You cannot sit and you cannot just go reading each and every line of your notes just a day before or on the morning of your exam. You're just supposed to read through the headings. Okay, so वो headings के लिए please make those web diagrams. Our professor used to call it a skeleton of answer, and trust me when I say that it was of immense help when you are revising physiology before the university or just a revision round of your notes. Please make sure you do that, and you will see the revision becomes a lot easier. When you draw your flowcharts and your diagrams and your tabular format में जब भी आप आंसर प्रेजेंट करते हो, you will be filling up papers more, you will be writing less, and you will be lesser in stress in your university का hall. The next subject is biochem. Biochem में majorly the syllabus cover हो जाता है, but if you are left with covering some syllabus before your exams, make sure you at least know about the regulation, about the clinical features, and also the energetics of the cycle. आपका साइकिल में कोई भी गलती हो गया दैट वुड बी इजीली ओवरलुक्ड बाय द एग्जामिनर, बट ये 3 चीज़ों में अगर कोई भी गलती हुई दैट विल श्योरली bring your marks down. Okay, and also biochem also has those clinical questions, and the clinical questions are majorly based on the vitamins and minerals ka chapter. Make sure you do at least the important ones of those vitamins and minerals ka lesson, and to grab those marks biochem ke clinical questions ke. And also the MCQs are very straightforward in biochem. Make sure you solve a lot of past year ke MCQs. There is also a book called Uni. उसमें MCQs are present from the past I guess 10 years. So that will be of immense help अगर आपको MCQ solve करना है तो. Okay, so that was that for today's video. Juniors, if you have any other queries about the university का paper, comment से बात करते हैं. और if you are seeing this video for the very first time, hi, I am Shraddha Ghag. I am a second year MBBS student at GMC Nandurbar who likes to create videos about anything and everything that she likes to create videos about. Make sure you follow me on my Instagram, and also you follow me on my Quora profile, because I am very active there. And yeah, until we meet the next time, say yes to more cheese.